Hey guys, Hounddoomed here, coming at you once again with another episode of Pokémon Black 2. On the last episode, we explored Miss Strolton City, and on this episode we're going to be heading northeast out onto Route 7. So let's go. Who do we have out front? We have Krusty Krab, that's fine. Right, so, hello. Do you give Charge Beam? If you stand still on the raised walkway, you'll fall off. Oh, well that's a bit anticlimactic. So yeah, if you're playing Black and White 1, she will give you TM57, I think, for Charge Beam, which is a great move for the next gym. But unfortunately it's been moved. I have a request for you. Please battle me. Alright. Fine. Let's make this quick though. So yeah, there is a Pokemon breeder here, which sucks. But yeah, so let's go with Krusty Krab. Have him slam down, and let's go for a rock slide. Let's get you out of here, Mr. Ducklet. Feeling slightly underleveled at the moment, but it should pick up again once I'm back up onto once we're at the next gym. Right, so I think we're going to Conquer for this one. Just try and keep everyone evenly leveled, why not? Alright, so Tranquil. Nothing too special, but let's go for an Ice Punch. Detect. Ugh, these Tranquil are so annoying. Why do they always detect and protect and such? It's so frustrating. So useless as well. It's not like they're ever doing anything. It's not like they've toxiced me or something. Anyway, so Tranquil's down. Conquer's also growing to level 35. Electra gaining some nice experience there. And I think we're going to move someone else to the front now. Let's put Hieroglyph up to front, why not? Alright, so we'll just head back down because there's nothing. That's basically a shortcut. Oh, hello, graphical glitch. So as he said, she said, sorry. If you do like stand still or just jump off, you will just jump off. Anyway, so there's a Zinc as well as a Fungus right here. Nothing too special. Fungus is very high leveled though, so do consider picking one up if you so desire. I mean, it's still not that fantastic of a Pokemon, but it will evolve in 3 levels, so that's kind of nice. I mean, although, to be honest, you could just have a Roserade at this point. Anyway. Round and round the rotation goes. Can you keep up without having your head spin? Rotation battle, begin! Very nice rhyming there. So we do have a rotation battle right here. I get Cody. He has a Stoutland and 2 Dealing. So, we've got Hieroglyph Ignite and Krusty Krab out front. Alright, so we'll try and avoid having Ignite come to the front. Try and avoid it. I think we'll go for a Psybeam. Probably, well, it's easily my safest move. Although it's not like any of those Pokemon could do anything against Krusty Krab. Work up. Joy. Right, so let's go into Krusty Krab and Krusty Krab rather. And let's go for a Rock Slide. Just the safest play. It's not that this energy ball is going to do very much. Nope, nothing. Barely a scratch. Whereas that did quite a lot. Let's go for a Bug Bite. Jump Kick. That's also going to do absolutely nothing, and you're going to get hurt by my Rocky Helmet. And down the Dealing goes. Very lousy experience because Electra's getting it all. Which is good because she needs to catch up. Aromatherapy. Well, that's a very useless move. I was about to say useful, but useful being sarcastic. Absolutely nothing useful about that move in this situation, of course. And Big Doggy's back. Right, let's go for a Rock Slide since we don't need to use Bug Bite anymore. It was only confused for like 1 turn, wasn't it? Ugh, really? You had to lower my defense, didn't you? Christ. Anyway, so... Oh, really? Do we have a priority move on this team? We don't. Let's just go for a bug bite. It's 100% accurate. Work up? What's the point of that? I mean, I guess he's wanting to finish it, but it's not like he's going to. Because he could have been banking on a rock slide miss, but it's not like I'm going to be that stupid. Anyway, so Big Doggy's down, and everyone's gaining some nice experience. Oh, my head is spinning. Well, best stop rotating then. So in here, lots of weird cottony floating around. Kid, have you caught any Emolga? If you have, would you trade your Emolga for my Gigalith? No. But yeah, if you did want to pick up a Gigalith, as I mentioned in the Pokemon review for it, back on part 11, I think it was. Might have been earlier than that, actually. I think it was more like part 8. whatever episode it was, Castalia Sewers episode. I did say that you can pick up a fully evolved Gigalith right there if you don't actually have access to trading measures. I don't know why I called it that, but anyway. So, just quickly, there are some new Pokemon on this route. I can't think of exactly of what they are, but there are some new Pokemon. Zangoose, Seviper, Zebstrika, and I think one other, but I can't remember what it is. Anyway, so they're going to come up now, so I will see you in a bit. One of the new Pokemon you can find on Route 7 is Zebstrika. Zebstrika is an electric type and can have the abilities either Lightning Rod or Motor Drive with Sap Sipper as a hidden ability. Can be found on routes 3 and 7, as well as the Hidden Grotto on Route 3, in Black and White 2, and in Black and White 1 can only be found on Route 7. When looking at its stats, you can see that it's got a fairly respectable stat arrangement, having blazing speed, but decently high enough physical attack and usable special attack, but its defense is on the very low side. So, how does Zebstrika compare to other electric types at this point in the game? Well, the point is that it really doesn't. Its stats are nothing close to some of the electric types we've seen so far. It completely fails against, well, when compared to both Electivire and Electros. It also falls flat on its face when considered against a Pokemon like Galvantula, which also has a secondary stab option. In Black and White 1 it's much more usable because you find it much earlier in the game, before any other electric type Pokemon, and actually has some merit in that game, but in this game its stats are far too low, and if you want a fast, strong electric type Pokemon, Galvantula is definitely the better option. Zebstrika is totally fallen from grace and is nothing close to what it was in Black and White 1. And in Black and White 1 it wasn't that much better anyway. But in Black and White 1 it would get about 3 stars, but in Black and White 2 maxes out at about 2. Another new Pokemon you can find on Route 7 is Zangoose. Zangoose is a normal type and can have the abilities either Immunity or Toxic Boost as a hidden ability. Can be found on Route 7 and 11 as well as the Village Bridge, and can also be found in the Routes 6, 7 and 23 Hidden Grottos. In Black and White 1 it can only be found on Route 11 and the Village Bridge, which are both in aftergame. When looking at Zangoose's stats, you can see that it's got a fairly similar build to a Pokemon like Zoroark, with having very low defensive stats, but is pretty fast and has a very high physical attack stat. Its special attack stat is also unusable. When considering Zangoose, it is a great Pokemon, well worth using. It has a fantastic move pool consisting of moves such as, of course, Return. It also has Swords Dance as well as Close Combat as well, which is another fantastic move for it. It also gets, I think it gets Night Slash through level up, otherwise it also gets Shadow Claw, which gives it some perfect coverage. But you can also get yourself some other moves such as the Elemental Punches, which it also learns. Zangoose, like many other normal types, has a fantastic move pool to cope with its very high physical attack stat and can easily sweep opponents. It's much better in Black 2 if you manage to get one with Toxic Boost, because you will actually be able to get a free Toxic Orb just coming up actually, after the next gym, after Lentimas Town. So yeah, it is a fantastic Pokemon and is well worth using. Toxic Boost only makes it stronger. It is fast enough that it can work. It has a fantastic, diverse move pool, well worth using. I would give Zangoose 4 stars. Another new Pokemon you can find on Route 7 is Seviper. Seviper is a poison type and can have the ability either Shed Skin or Infiltrator as a hidden ability. Can be found on Route 7, 11 and the Village Bridge in Black 2 and White 2, as well as the hidden grottos on Routes 6, 7 and 23. In Black and White 1 it can also be found on Route 11 and the Village Bridge. When looking at Seviper's stats, you can see that its defensive stats are they are identical to Zangoose's. However, Seviper has much better mixed attacking stats, but is also much slower. So, how does Seviper stack up against other poison types? Well, as a mixed attacker, it is obviously better than Weezing. It's also as fast as Weezing, I think slightly slower. However, Weezing has much better defensive stats, particularly on the physical side. Seviper is an okay Pokemon. It obviously doesn't stack too well against Pokemon such as, well, Weezing, as well as Roserade. But Seviper is a good Pokemon and is definitely worth using. It has a lot more moves than you would think it would have. Having moves such as Giga Drain, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb. It's much better in special attack than it is in physical. But it can be used in either. It has the move pool to work. It has tons of different options. So Seviper is definitely worth using as a poison type Pokemon on your team, but it doesn't work quite as well as Pokemon such as Weezing and Roserade. So do think about the competition before picking it for your team, but I would give Seviper 2.5 stars. The final new Pokemon you can find on Route 7, only in winter, is Cubchoo. Cubchoo is an ice type Pokemon and can have the abilities either Snowcloak or Rattled as a hidden ability. Can be found on Route 7 in winter only and in the Hidden Grotto all year in Black 2 and White 2. And in Black and White 1 can be found on Route 7 as well as the Dragon Spiral Tower, both only in winter, as well as also in Twist Mountain. All year in Twist Mountain, but is much rarer if you're not playing in winter. When considering Cubchoo, it has fairly mediocre stats for an unevolved Pokemon, having decently high enough physical attack, as well as usable special attack. However, the rest of its stats are very low, having very mediocre defences, and is also pretty slow as well. Unfortunately, you've got to wait until the fairly massive level 37 before it will evolve. But once it's reached that level, it will evolve into the big old bear tick, which can be found in the Twist Mountain as well as Dragon Spiral Tower. Only in winter in Dragon Spiral Tower, in Black 2 and White 2. And in Black and White 1 can only be found in the Dragon Spiral Tower only in the Dark Grass, which is only available during the winter time. As well as that, Cubchoo's Rattled ability, if you pick one up in a Hidden Grotto, will also turn into Swift Swim. So that could be used to some good effect. So when considering Beartick's stats now, they've all increased by a fair amount. Its special attack and speed not so much, but its physical attack has increased to a very, very respectable base 110. And its defences are also pretty damn good for an Ice-type Pokemon. They're very high. Unfortunately, as an Ice-type Pokemon, it doesn't really work very well as a defensive Pokemon because it has so many weaknesses and only one resistance. So yeah, not so great. But those stats do let it cushion some hits. When considering Beartick, it has a good move pool. It's not incredible, but it's good. It has the unique move Icicle Crash, which is a fantastic move for it. It does a ton of damage. There's also a very good physical Ice type stab. It's slightly inaccurate, so you could go for Ice Punch if you so desire. As well as that, in Black 2 and White 2 it also got a new move in Aqua Jet if you take it to the move relearner, which is a fantastic move for it. Not only does it patch up its fairly low speed, if you combine that with Swift Swim you also have a very, very powerful priority move. It's not got Stab on it, but it's obviously will have Weather Boost if you have Swift Swim, and also if you have the Swift Swim, it does just generally patch up its speed. Then you can use a move such as Dive as well. Dive is obviously not an incredible move, but when you consider the fact that you can have the Swift Swim available, it does some fair amounts of damage, so it's well worth using. As well as that, it also gets some obligatory moves such as Brick Break or Superpower, as well as Rock Slide, so it also gets a ton of different coverage on different Pokemon. When considering Beartick as an Ice type, there aren't many at this point in the game. In fact, there should only be one, to my knowledge. Otherwise, when considering it with other Ice types later on in the game, it's slow, but it's powerful. There are better Ice types in the game, slightly better, but Beartick is one of the good ones. I would give Beartick around about 3.5 stars. Alright, so here we are again. Just over here, you might miss it, over here is a hidden grotto for the Route 7. In here you can find a variety of different Pokemon. You can find Zangoose with Toxic Boost, which is a fantastic Pokemon if you can get it. As well as Seviper with Infiltrator, Watchog with Analytic, as well as Cubchoo with Rattled. If you can find yourself a Cubchoo with Rattled, which is actually available in all seasons, by the way, if you do find yourself a Cubchoo with Rattled, you're going to be in for a great Pokemon when it's fully evolved. Because also here's a triple battle, just so you don't rush into this. Yeah, Cubchoo will evolve into a Beartick with Swift Swim. Now, Swift Swim is a fantastic ability for it to have. I mean, this will all be in its Pokemon review, but it's fantastic. Like, Beartick has relatively good defensive stats. I mean, it's an Ice type, so it's not that great defensively. However, it really is a great Pokemon to have. It really is. I mean, it's definitely worth using. And that's raining, so I think we're just going to go for a feint attack against Unpheasant, just to try and get those two out of the way first. And then we'll go for a Rock Slide as well. But yeah, I mean, the only stat that Beartick really lacks in, other than Special Attack, which it doesn't really ever need use, is Speed. It's not that slow, really. Did you have to flinch? Alright, well, bye, Crossy Crab. But yeah, I mean, having Swift Swim is great because not only does it have the Swift Swim, but it also has Aqua Jet as well, which it gets in Black 2 and White 2. And that's a fantastic move as well. And it also gets powered up by the rain as well. It can also learn Dive as well, but that's not an amazing move. It's usable, but it's not that great. I think we're going to go against the Unpheasant again, and then we'll go for an Ice Punch on the Ducklet, I think. I should have actually gone for a payback, but it doesn't matter. I also just realised that Ignite should have Thunder Punch. I was supposed to teach him Thunder Punch ages ago. Anyway, so Electra's up to level 32, that's good. Wow. Alright, well that did a fair amount. Wow. Conker took that well. Wow, he even took 2. Well done. Psybeam, and then a feint attack on something, and then Ice Punch on the Ducklet, why not? Right. Apologies if you can hear that thunder. Really raging around my house at the moment. Right, making everything shake. Alright, so kinda good really. Been boiling hot for ages, just ages. It's finally cooling down now and lowering the humidity because it's raining so much. And it's thundering during the day, which is even better. Well, I guess it's, you know, almost 7 o'clock, but regardless of that. I really need to heal my Pokemon, but there is a rest house coming up, but I think we'll take on a few more trainers before that. Well, if it isn't a lost Pokemon. What? How on earth do I look like a Pokemon? Please get your eyes tested. If you're supposed to be a nursery aide, I would assume that, you know, in that kind of profession, that you would actually be able to use your eyes relatively well. And if you used your eyes relatively well, you'd be able to see that I, in fact, am actually not a Pokemon. What you're seeing in front of your Cleffa is, but I am not, no. Anyway, so, she does have a Cleffa, which is nothing too special. And then she also has a Chinchino, which is pretty cool. Let's go for another Psybeam. I'm very surprised that I outspeed that thing, because Chinchino is super fast. This is gonna hurt. Ouch. That really hurt. I would assume that was Technician boosted, but if it wasn't, very scary. Chinchino was a fantastic Pokemon. Anyway, sorry, I mistook you for a Pokemon. Yes, well. Eyes tested, please. Anyway, so there's the Leaf Stone right here. If you picked up yourself a Pansage, or I don't even know what else evolves with a Leaf Stone in this game. I can't even think of anything. The only Pokemon that comes to mind when thinking of Pokemon that evolve with a Leaf Stone, Pansage and Simisage, and then Gloom into Vileplume, and Execute into Executor. Can't think of any others. There probably are some, I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Anyway, so this girl here, I think it was a girl, I don't even know, has a Sunflora. Nothing too special there. Oh, it wasn't actually a guy. Whatever, I'm not very observant. Anyway, so there is actually a Fungus hidden right here. Well, it's not really hidden, but it's there. Ready to ambush you. Another one at level 36. Do feel free to pick this one up. I am not going to. I do not have any need for one. I have a... well, I would say a perfectly viable electric type, but it's not perfectly viable yet. It will be, but just not yet. Alright, so also want to be fighting this girl here. Roar! I'm a Pokemon! Well, yeah, this is a girl. So, oh, a Darimaka. I should level that up one level and then you'll finally have a big scary Darmanitan. Well, it's not scary, it's kind of... I like Darmanitan. It's a fun looking Pokemon, but it is scarier for fighting one. Very powerful. Its Flare Blitz is dangerously strong. I think Darmanitan's Flare Blitz is one of the strongest moves in the entire game. Boosted by, well, there's tons of boosts. Stab, Sheer Force. It's unfortunate that it doesn't get, actually no, it doesn't matter. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, it gets Sheer Force boost, Stab, and you can also boost it up by Sun. That's insanity. Plus you can also boost it up by something like a Choice Band. It's just insane how much power that move has. Anyway, so there's a Revive hidden on that rock here. I varied my tenses there, I don't know why. Anyway, so here is the rest house. If you talk to this purple haired girl, she will rest your team. Get them up to full health, which is kind of nice. And then we want to move on. Now we really want to go is to that tower that we just saw, Celestial Tower. But we're going to cover that on the next episode. Hi, it's your mum. Where are you now? Wow, Route 7, huh? That's amazing. How are you getting along with your Pokemon? You know, the reason you can go to all these great places is because of your Pokemon. So always be grateful for them, and take them straight to the Pokemon Center if they get hurt. And that's it from the former Pokemon Center receptionist, your mother. Thanks for that very irrelevant phone call. Now, if you have a bug type, it will definitely want to be coming along this path, like me. It's going to put Ignite up front, and take on this Harlequin. Hello, hello. Mr. Twirl. A battle on a raised walkway. It's kind of cool. I guess. Might be. What I'd find cooler is the fact that you are spinning all along this raised walkway, one without getting dizzy, and two without falling off. So, you know, I'd say that's fairly impressive. Anyway, so we have a Boltoy here. Nothing too special. Let's go for a feint attack. Really need Thunder Punch. Obviously it's not going to help in this situation, but Cosmic Power, well, whatever. Not too bothered by that. Anyway, let's go for another feint attack. Going to be doing more damage at this point than any of my fire type moves. Anyway, losing is uncool. No, no, you are cool. Well, thank you very much. Anyway, so I didn't mean to do that, but anyway, here I think that's actually the dark grass. I can't see the different types of green properly. Anyway, so you can find TM81 for X Scissor right here, which is a fantastic move for any of your grass type Pokemon that obviously don't use special moves such as Excelgor, and also any Pokemon, well, basically just Heracross. Heracross can also not learn X Scissor. Is the only bug type that can't learn it. I think one of the only bug types who can't learn X Scissor. Anyway, so let's just get rid of Bug Bite. Have no need for that move now. And prepare for more thunder if you could hear it before. And just saw the lightning. Anyway, so Krusty Krab's moveset is all set now. We need to worry about, well, pretty much Ignites and Hieroglyphs as well. And also Electras, of course. But anyway, so let us move on. I think this is only going to be a fairly lousy double battle, so let's just put Electra up front. Anyway, hello, hello. The two of us make an amazing combination. Let's battle. The teamwork of twins, a true example of perfection. Well, we'll see about that, won't we? Solar and Anna. How could you possibly use those two Pokemon together? That is blasphemy. Well, that's not the right word, but anyway. That's terrible. How can you use those two Pokemon together? They are sworn enemies. Forever and ever. It's still raining, isn't it? Oh, great. This is going to be a fantastic fight. Let's go for the Zangoose first. Let's go for a Spark on the Zangoose as well. Zangoose is a very... Wow, that really did nothing. That Zangoose is a... Whoa! Scary Pokemon. As I just said. Well, at least we paralysed it. Venoshock. That's fine. Whatever. Let's go for another Flame Burst on the Zangoose. And Spark on the Zangoose as well. Oh, of course it detects. Urgh. Frustrating. Well, at least that thing wants to Venoshock, at least it wants to Venoshock Ignite. So Electra can stay alive. Actually, at this point, I think I'm going to try a Feint Attack and then heal Electra, because obviously Electra's the one who needs all the experience here. Let's go for a Milk. Oh, I just used that on the wrong Pokemon. I don't know what I'm doing, who cares? Oh, damn. Alright, well you can paralyse Electra, that's fine. Crush Claw on Ignite. Okay, well that was kind of good then that I actually used that like that. Anyway, so now I am actually going to use what I should have used first of all, and use that Milk on Electra. Let's Feint Attack and get that Zangoose out of here. Electra gaining a ton of experience there. Unfortunately, Electra's not going to be too much use for quite a while yet. Not till level 39. Anyway, so let's go for a Fire Punch and a Spark. Wow, that did a decent amount. Did he really just try to glare my Electra? Why? Why would you do that? Very strange move. Poison Fang. Alright, well Electra, if you get this... Damn. You could have gotten all that experience. Let's send out... Don't really have too much to take on a poison type actually. Yeah, I only basically have Hieroglyph Psychic type moves and then Krusty Krab's Dig. Not much else going on. Anyway, so we'll finally take out that Viper. Gain some nice experience. Our amazing combination had no impact on you. I can't believe it. We should have been perfect, but we lost. Well, you know, you got to work for perfection, and clearly you just didn't. Anyway, so let's just heal our Pokemon again. Only one more battle to go, but you know, may as well. Anyway, so let's move on to the final raised walkway. This is a really awkward place to have him running around. I love raised walkways. Balancing is fun, so I often come here to play. Right, well it's raining, which is weird because who plays in the rain? Unless, you know, you plan to play on the rain, which is, you know, where you'd splash in puddles and such. But you are not doing that thing. You are running around on a walkway which you could fall off and break your neck, probably. and then, you know, you could do whatever else damage to your body. That's really annoying. Why does that keep happening? Power split. Well, that would have been annoying if I hadn't done any damage yet, but decent thing about feint attack is that it is 100% accurate. I lost, but I won't stop. Alright, well I wouldn't ask you to stop. Anyway, so let's navigate our way around this walkway. Whatever. Isn't there an item here? I think there used to be one, but I don't think there is anymore. Anyway, so up here is Twist Mountain, but look who it is. It's Marshall of the Elite Four. I'm Marshall, one of the Elite Four. You look like you're a Pokemon trainer with potential, but I can't let you into Twist Mountain. The inside collapsed, and you can't get through. So no matter how hard you try, you cannot get through there. Unless you have cheats, and then, you know, everything will magically be fine. Which I don't get. I think, you know, you would think that they'd make it kind of foolproof and make it... Did I say foolproof? Foolproof, rather. And make it so that even if you cheated, like, it was actually collapsed in the middle. Or whatever. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for this episode. Need to be heading... I was trying not to actually run into a Pokemon there, but anyway. I'm going to be moving on to the Celestial Tower on the next episode. It's going to be a fairly long one because there's a ton of battles in there. Anyway. So. There's also one extra item which I think I forgot. Yep, just here there is a tiny mushroom. Nothing too special, but it's there regardless. Alright, so on the next episode we will be heading north, kind of, into the Celestial Tower. So until then, I'll see you next time, guys.